Alright, good morning. Hello, hello. Got a very exciting day and afternoon of playing video games, hanging out, doing dailies. I was looking at my time spent on this fucking game. I was like, there's no way I've actually played the game for 8,000 hours. It's almost every day I turn the game on. And then it's sort of like a multitasking thing when I'm not streaming. I'll do some chaos dungeons or whatever, and then the game's just on. Like I go upstairs and eat food or whatever, and the game is still on. And I've been doing that for like 2 years. But I also leave the game on because it has these login rewards where you just like fucking keep the game on and then you get rewards for it. So I try to also get those too. But it's a very easy game.
Helicopter, helicopter.
If you have played for 8,000 hours. Come on. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I don't know if you're able to hear me. I'm not multi-streaming today, but I appreciate it. If you do end up seeing this, let me know if there's anything you want to see me make and put on there. I'm hopefully going to fulfill some comment requests today from the old YouTube channel. I had some people asking me to do the other solo raids like Brell and Clown and Kangle. So at some point I'm gonna try to do those. I gotta get the motivation and energy for it. I had to convince myself just to even stream this morning. Trying to stick to a schedule. Trying to do every Wednesday and Thursday, morning and evening. Trying to be consistent. It's the little things, you know? It's also an interesting idea, like even if I have like 0 people watching me right now, it's a weird thing to just talk to yourself. Sort of like you're a radio broadcaster. Just putting it out there into the audio waves out into the nether regions of the world or whatever. And people just talk. And then they don't even know if somebody's listening, like they don't even get the metrics of, you know, views or whatever over time. But it's a weird thing to actually do that, and which is why, you know, not everybody's kind of doing it, I guess. It is a strange thing. It's hard not to feel... In my generation, it's very hard to not... It's hard to share. Like, it's hard to share publicly things about yourself. It's hard to share opinions. Whereas younger generations kind of grew up with it, so it's like inherently there, like just over sharing publicly things. Like I don't even like going to the grocery store and having a cashier comment on what I'm buying. I don't know what that is, but I don't like the commentary on my purchasing decisions at a grocery store. Or if they're like really obvious commentary, like, oh, you're gonna make some hamburgers, are you? Like I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. What is that something that's like wrong with me, or is it something that, like, does everybody feel that? I don't know. But I try to obviously be friendly about it and make jokes and stuff. Especially if my wife's around, like she knows that I like to
I was waiting for you.
try to turn scenarios,
Matters that need your approval.
like the scenarios where you're just like meeting people for the first time and you'll never see them again. Just trying to. Ooh, I got Crystal card. I try to use it as an opportunity to make my wife laugh. Like there was we were at the store and a cashier was talking to one of the people she was checking out, and they were talking about how their dentist gives them like a goodie bag on the way out, and was like, and the person was like, yeah, my dentist doesn't do that. And I just chimed in with, could be like a dad joke, I guess, but I was like, so your dentist gives you a Happy Meal on the way out? Like, that's insane. And then, you know, everybody starts laughing. But you have the choice, you know, to be silly like that, or you can just quietly keep to yourself. But I'll never see those people ever again, so it's funny to... Like, I get enjoyment out of that as I've gotten older. When I was younger, I never did that. I would just, you know, I would probably think about it, but I wouldn't say anything, because you're trying to be polite. But it's actually more fun to make people laugh if you can. We are gonna try to create a 10 today. I think this is the day that a 10 gym gets created. Grown very slowly, like a fungus in my inventory. It is happening. I need to go to this pristine demon thing in 11 minutes. I think the new thing is that I'm discovering is I'm 38 years old, which may come as a surprise or maybe not. I have no idea what age I look. But what I've come to learn is that if you should be doing everything you can when you get into your 30s to make sure that you're getting a very healthy routine of everything in your life needs to be healthy. And if it isn't, as you're getting towards 40, those things that you're neglecting sort of just pop out of nowhere, like during your day or whatever it is. So, like, I used to be a very big athlete when I was younger. I was very, like, I was an all-state baseball player and made like first team second base and set a bunch of records and shit for my high school and like all kinds of stuff like that. And so when I got to college, I was more of a creative person because I also had a lot of creative hobbies when I was younger. Right, like I wrote music from an early age and was like got awards for that as well, and like all kinds of stuff. And when I got to college, I was like, oh, I'm gonna quit exercising because that's all I've done. So I had years where I would play like 90 baseball games as like a 15-year-old, and I would join like wooden bat leagues, and we'd travel to southern states so that I could play longer, and like there's all kinds of stupid shit like that. And I was exhausted by the time I got into college. I just didn't want to do anything. And so I I made the mistake of saying, well, I'm just going to chill. And when you do that, and if you do it for any extended period of time, you lose all the stuff that you've built up in your youth, which is stupid. So it was stupid for me to not just be like, okay, I'm going to keep going to the gym, I'm going to keep stretching and all that stuff. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is when you get into your 30s, you want to make sure that you keep doing all of the healthy things. So like, and include stretching in that. Like doing yoga as a guy or a girl, or like a version of yoga, or like something that, you know, whether it's, I think Pilates has stretching in it. Like, I don't know. But anything that's got stretching is very, very important because it maintains your mobility and it helps you not get injured. So like, I think it was almost a year ago, I was just doing the dishes, and we have a dishwasher that's in a really weird fucking spot. It opens up, and where it opens, it blocks the sink. I didn't design it that way. It just came that way with the house. We haven't changed it. But because it blocks the sink, in order to load it, to go from the sink to the thing, you have to like put your body in a weird position. And I was loading the dishwasher one night, and just out of nowhere, my Achilles kind of made like it strained it, and it didn't pop or anything. It just became strained, and I felt the nerve of that. Kind of something happened to the nerve in my heel, and ever since then, it just every day I gotta stretch it now. And the more I'm stretching and the more yoga I do, the better it feels. But it comes back if I'm sort of lazy about it or whatever. And it's just a stupid fucking thing that you don't think about when you're 30 or when you're 25 or, you know, whatever it is, because you're like, oh, I'm invincible and I don't have to think about these things, and it's whatever. But it's something that I would highly recommend to any young person. Is get stretching of some sort into your routine, and then never stop, because it's a mobility actually becomes the most annoying thing to lose, and you don't even think about it. You never will think about it when you have it. It's sort of like you don't really think about being healthy until you get sick. And when you're sick, you're like, oh my god, I never want to go through this again. Or, you know, if you have a hangover, like, oh, I'm never going to drink again. But I highly recommend doing yoga stuff. learn some poses, and then do your own little routine while you're watching some podcast, listening to a podcast, or watching something on the TV. And do that every day. Highly recommend it. The other thing they don't really like, nobody teaches or talks to you about when you're younger, is how to deal with your parents aging and the things that you should be talking to your parents about as they're aging, and what to expect, and the conversations that you should probably have with them, and all that jazz. But like, without going into too much detail, I have a friend of mine that I spoke with extensively. He came here and stayed with us for a few days. And his dad and my dad are actually best friends. They've been friends since they were children, and they're now retired and 66 years old kind of thing. And they've planned their retirement together, essentially. Like they're it's pretty crazy when you think about it. But they planned their retirement together, but the thing they didn't really factor in is when their mental capacities change and how they're going to handle all that. And so my friend's dad, both his mom and his dad are getting early onset dementia. And his dad was a finance guy, and so he's got all kinds of, investments, and they've got an estate and all kinds of stuff. And his dad didn't explain any of the way that their estate is set up. Like, he doesn't know, like, oh yeah, I've got a E-Trade account, or whatever, and there's a guy that handles it, or like he didn't give any details on that. He didn't give him details on, like, here's where we keep the key to the house, like just basic stuff. And so his dad is losing his memory, and so his dad also now doesn't know those things either. And so they have to sort of be detectives of their own lives. And so my buddy is talked to me quite extensively about, like, trying to figure out how to get access to the email. And it's an email system that him and my dad share, and then my older brother actually was the one that set it up. And so we're trying to, like, do all of this detective, like, kind of tech detective work and stuff. But it's stuff that you just don't even think about when you're young. Like, you don't go, oh yeah, at some point my dad's gonna lose his memory, and then I'm gonna have to help him figure out how to get access to, like, his bank account, like, just to pay his bills or whatever. And you don't think about that stuff, and it's crazy. And so when your parents are right of mind, and you are an adult and you're not like a child anymore, you need to have conversations with your parent about, okay, if you get early onset dementia, or if you get Alzheimer's, or if something happens to you, can I get a baseline understanding of where things are at. Maintenance in 2 hours. What the fuck is this? So, but yeah, it's something that another piece of advice of like have uncomfortable conversations with your parent if you have that type of relationship. Like obviously if you have a terrible relationship with your parents and you guys don't want anything to do with each other, that's one thing. But if you care about your parents and they care about you, you should definitely make sure you have that kind of conversation. And plan for it, you know? 'Cause it is not fun. We don't have a support. And I stupidly brought purple pots. Love it. Okay. Oh, get me up there. That shit hurts so much if you don't have a support. No. I like using Iron Man for this. Then you don't waste any skills and you don't take any damage. There's like a little chip damage that happens during this. Dangerous. I might be dead here. I really don't want to use a fucking purple pot. Oh, we died! Oh, that's good. Everybody likes that. Everybody likes that. Just accumulating materials for advanced toning for my main. That's all I'm doing. Every material I got is going into the toning of my weapon from 10 to 20. Advanced toning. Ooh. I'll take that. Hunter quality swiftness is super valuable right now. For your ults and stuff. It's legit. Let's see. Actually go to sharpshooter. I think I'm gonna power pass the sharpshooter. It's kind of where my head's at. That's what I'm thinking about. Got up to 617 subs on YouTube. Doing pretty good. Been trying to just do exports of the stream over to the YouTube channel. I don't push those to people's notifications at all. But every live stream that I do on Twitch, I try to upload it the same day, and then I make it live the next day once the HD processes. So if you're ever like, oh, I don't want to watch VODs on Twitch, or if you're... I got all of it's on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. And I put it under a playlist called PreStream. That's kind of the name I came up with for it. So you can easily search the latest things. That's what I'm actually like editing right now. And then in the description I try to put what happens. So if you're like, oh, what the fuck did he do in this 6-hour stream? You can just check the description. And then I try to put it all there. At some point anyway. Just like the game this week is loading much slower. Like everything seems to be loading really fucking slow. Not sure if anybody else is experiencing that, but...
Oh no! This is not the right type of elixir!
It did do a better job with the Elixir and Transcendence system. It just makes me feel silly that they didn't do this ahead of time, as they're so focused on the novelty of their design decisions, meaning like they only focus on how it feels to do something once instead of how it feels to do something 100 times. And I don't know why they take that approach. And then people argue against me saying that, saying, well, the reason they don't do those, you know, don't care about conveniencing the player base and all that stuff is because they're trying to create artificial numbers by having people play long time, which is what the sort of the theme of me putting that I have 8,000 hours into the game is they put systems in the game that take a really long time because they want to artificially increase the player count and the hours played and all that shit. And it seems counterintuitive because if you make your game annoying, people are going to quit playing your game, which is really fucking obvious from the metrics of the player base and when they decided to stop playing. And it's like, if you make a really good game and you convenience your player base to enjoy that game and you don't design things to make them slow and annoying and consume all of the player's resources and disrespect the player's time, if you avoid all those things, then more people will play the game. So it's counterintuitive to design things in an annoying, slow, stupid way to artificially boost your metrics when your metrics suck because you design things in a terrible way. So it just doesn't make sense, because if they were focused solely on just like metrics, then they would go back to designing things the player base were excited about. It's like that saying, like, happy wife, happy life, you know? For a game developer, if you make your fucking player base happy, then you're gonna have no problems. Trying to get this other raid night from last night up. I just realized I didn't use my Dominion set. It's literally why I don't do Dominion in Chaos Dungeons, because I always forget to Awakening at the beginning. It happens so consistently. sandbagging myself. It's also an angle done last night. He also did a con, loyal companion, sharpshooter, kid stuff last night. I had the wrong build on, so that was fun. Alright, so the 2 streams from yesterday are live on the channel. Part of the reason why I do all of this is, the main reason is I just want to document and archive my own shit somewhere. Like, mainly a place for me to share the socializing while gaming, and then also to just share random things about myself and get more comfortable with the idea of sharing in general, since that's the direction our society takes. And so when I first started doing this, I was very apprehensive about every aspect of it. Like, I was even just really uncomfortable with the idea of being on camera. So it was just audio only for a while, and then I figured out how to set the camera up, and I figured out how to do the lighting and all that shit. But it isn't some sort of attempt at becoming some stupid influencer or something. It's more of just, I've been doing this where I game in the evenings and try to enjoy playing a game during the week if I can manage to schedule it around my life. And I've never captured any of that, and I never recorded it. I never did any of those things. I'm kind of sad about it. Like, I really, really wish I had recordings of everything that I did in vanilla WoW, for instance. Like, I really loved playing the original WoW when it first came out in BC, and I was in a hardcore raiding guild, and we went through the whole process together of getting attuned for all the different raids and figuring out those raids blind. And I even made a website at the time for my guild where it was like a forum, and we would put our strategies down in it and how we were successfully killing bosses, and then also like what people needed to farm, and and then my entire guild farm the Thunder Fury for me, like help me get the Thunder Fury, and none of that's recorded, so it just like felt really bad when I thought about it years later, of like, holy shit, I did some really, really cool shit in the games that I was playing, and we had a lot of fun doing it, and there was a lot of crazy conversations that happened, and I didn't capture any of those things, and it's just sort of like this fading memory where I don't even remember the people that I did that with, like I don't remember their names. I don't remember, like, I would love to re-meet those people again and be like, yeah, we used to do this and this and this, and play games with them again. There's like people from all over the world too, you know. It's cool. But it's just sad to where I had the capability and the know-how to set all that up, and I could have set it up and I didn't. And it's like, man, I could have captured all that stuff onto this one YouTube channel, and I'd have, you know, 15 years of gaming archived on it, and it would have been really, really cool. So that's why I do this, is I'm trying to capture everything that I do on games, and even if I'm just sitting here quiet, gaming, and 4 hours goes by and I don't say anything, but then something cool happens, like I want to make sure that I capture that, and I don't have the hard drive space to just do it privately, but the streaming platforms do it for you, which is crazy. Wonderful that I got stunned like that. That feels good. So I would say that's like 90% of the reason that I stream. And then the other part of it is I want to connect with people in a sincere way. Because I think most people that stream things are not sincere. Like, they're like trying to be gimmicky, or I don't know, they're a character. And I'm not here to pander to an audience or something. It's just like, I'm not trying to do any hot takes or whatever the phrasing might be. Oh. Okay. Son of a bitch. Good. Okay. Go. Dude went way over here. And then it would also be really cool if the channels got popular enough where it could fund the little community of gamers I'm trying to build. Really? Jesus. Because it would be cool if, like, a new game came out and then I could afford to just buy it for everybody. And then it's like, okay, this week we're gonna play this brand new game together, and then everybody involved with the community can play it regardless of their, you know, financial status in life. Just because they're part of the community and I guess the quote-unquote show, or whatever you want to call it, when everybody's hanging out. I think that would be really cool. Oh, up here. Up here. Come, my lady. Come, come, my lady. Come on. Hey, I got the most damage. Let's see. I'm trying to read the maintenance. So it says, go Discord maybe. Go this. Oop. All right. So this is the maintenance that's happening here shortly. This is why I'm gonna end the stream early. Heroes of Arcadia, we are deploying a fix tonight to address the Fate Ember issue. Downtime is expected to last 3 hours. We appreciate your patience while we investigate the issue. This bug occurs as a side effect while adding the most recent Korean growth support changes to the Western version. This is not intended and will be fixed during this downtime. After the update, Chaos Dungeons where entry restrictions are above 1540, gold Fate Embers will grant players gold just as before, which include gold rewards and raids. SGR and AGS will not apply nerfs to Fate Embers intentionally without any prior announcement. We will announce changes if changes will be applied to Fate Embers. During this time, we'll also deploy compensation for all players. You can find the information below for Resonance, Chaos Dungeon, Rest Bonus, Silver Chest, Ebony Cube entrance ticket, selection chest, times, is this times 10? Really? Honor Shard pouch chest, and then materials. So all that's really good. Okay. Fine with me, I need all those things. Accumulating all the materials we can. So I can tap my motherfucking weapon. I want to be the pistolier that does the most damage in the game as a pistolier. That's what I would like to do. It'll never happen in Korea. But it could happen in NA. So that's what we're trying to do. So I guess I'll just, since the maintenance is happening soon, I'll just do some more dailies and call it for the afternoon. Yeah, it's too bad. Put a thumbs up on Gentle's post here. Also, if you're looking for a Discord community and you want to join ours, you're welcome to. I'm gonna be recruiting people for September. So if you're planning on doing tier 4 content and you want to raid in the evenings somewhere around 9 o'clock Eastern, you just let me know, join my Discord, and let me know what characters you want to make your main, and then get your character to like 1640 or something. Put all of your resources into your character. All of my inventory on every character is just a fucking massacre. I realized the elixirs can also go into the gear storage tab. Didn't know that. Had no idea. For now, I'm trying to save all of the engraving books, because the engraving books have suddenly become valuable with the changes in Korea. So I am not even thinking about it. Like, oh, this one's going to be worth something. I'm just keeping them all. Like, that's all I'm doing. And then when tier 4 happens, I'm going to take all of the books on all the characters and put them together, and we'll see how much they're worth. We shall see. Okay. That's my plan anyway. Do tell what your plans are. I switched my breaker to Burger King for Chaos Dungeon. I still like the Punchy McPuncherton style for raids. But the Burger King at least gives you another AoE ability when the Z comes up. It doesn't seem to come up very quickly. So. By the time you get to the second one, though, it's usually available. So right here. And you just do that. See? And then you can get another one off. And that's it. So you get 2 little AoE. And you can Awakening, and you get another one for the next round. But yeah, I think overall it's a little more effective than Aja. Yeah, I wasted that one. That one I couldn't get 2 of. Huh. I'm sure there's a thing that happens where that speeds up, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe it's the big guys resetting it. Bum-ba-da-bum. The elixir changes were really good that they did. Where you can like pick your thingy. But I was very frustrated with the last night. I'm 34 out of 35 on my paladin. And off stream, I was doing some elixir cutting. And I cut, I think it was 7 elixirs that he had in his bank. And I couldn't get fucking 1 extra note. Because I need either my legs or my or my gloves. Legs or gloves need to be a 7. And both of them are at a 6. And either one of them could be a 7. And then I'd be done. And I couldn't fucking do it. I got so many 5s and 6s. It's driving me insane. I should have probably streamed it, but I figured it's pretty much the most boring thing ever to stream elixirs or transcendence, so I'm trying to not capture any of that. What are you going on your paladin? I was trying to do luminary. I think that's what all supports need to go. My understanding is that every support in the game should go luminary. Do you love it? I honestly have not even looked at what luminary does. I asked support mains what I was supposed to go, and they're like, don't be bad and go luminary. And I was like, okay. What does it do? Like, what do you love about it so much? Da-da-da. 嗯。Cube ticket. Cube ticket to paradise. .40 gives you... It's easy to maintain buffs with it, and then .40 gives you 5% cooldown reduction. It's nice. I like the buff maintenance. That would be... I think I'm gonna power pass my loyal companion sharpshooter. I think that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at in life at the moment. I was debating on giving the, or not the power pass, the event pass. I still don't even know. Power pass. Okay. I wonder if the event, or if the power passes expire, or if you can just like save them. Or do they have an expiration where you have to use it? Because if you don't have to use it, I'll just save it for some future new class that they put in the game. Oh, this guy, somebody left. Because we didn't have a support. Love that. But just love it. You know? Hey, everybody's leaving. It's great. So, just a chain reaction of people leaving the fucking boss fight. I guess that means I get to song out too. God, these guys are. When you open the powerpass screen, there's a date stated. That's depressing. Why would they do that to us? Why couldn't I save it for when they release a new character into the game? Why do they do that? Let's go back to the characters. Let's go and look, as I think there's my Sork. But here's all the characters I have. We'll take a look at this. So I've got these are the main 6. So Deadeye, Scouter, Artillerist, Breaker, Paladin, Sharpshooter. And Sharpshooter I was thinking about giving the event to, so they can get to 1620. Loyal Companion, maybe. I've been doing Death Strike on him for quite a while, but I'm gonna do that. And then Gunlancer, he was also in contention for the event thingy. I power passed another Deadeye so I could try out different builds, and I also wanted to try out the enhanced weapon and stuff. So I had done that. And then a Scrapper, which I didn't really like the changes they did to the Scrapper. But I had power passed Scrapper before. I power passed the Soul Fist, didn't like Soul Fist gameplay. Power passed a destroyer named Chewbacca. I tried him out. You power pass just for the sake of it? Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm gonna do something. The Striker, I did not power pass. I just leveled him up naturally long ago. And same thing with the Gunslinger. But I was thinking about power passing the Sork. Oh, now I can finally delete this. I was trying to open up this spot. The Jaboner. Because I was like, what other characters create a character in power pass mode? I just want to look at the classes. So I've already got a destroyer, already got a gunlancer, already got a paladin. Do not have a berserker. Kind of wary of the berserkers. The story. So Slayer, not really interested in. The problem I have with the Sork and mages in general is I don't like the sound design. I feel like the sounds and the spells and all that stuff just sound annoying. I have a hard time with that stuff. Flavor's kind of interesting. I have both of these. Obviously, I have all of the gunners. Got the lady. Gunner. Soul Eater is obviously broken. Reaper's kind of interesting. I think I had a Shadow Hunter and I deleted her. So it just felt weird. And I don't want to be an Ayayo. Your roster is done till tier 4? That must feel good, man. So yeah, I could make like a BT warrior or something. A BT berserker. Could do something stupid like that. Name him Jaboner, since I just opened up that name. But I think I'm going to do the event on the... what about War Dancers? She is strong and easy. And, yeah. All the War Dancers I'm seeing seem pretty busted. And SO is easy and you don't have to think about it. Could be an option. I'll have to think about it some more. I wish that there was like, instead of this being the mage for the sword, like I just want, you know, like a Gandalf wizard kind of thing. I would love to make a blue bearded wizard. Like that's kind of where I'm at in my life. And then my blue bearded wizard would probably replace my paladin. So like that's kind of the ideal setup, is I really love all the gunners and then I want a blue bearded wizard, and then I enjoy the, you know, punching things on the breaker. So that would be the perfect roster for me. A big, like a blue bearded wizard named Jaboner. And I would be set for life, kind of thing. I think that's what I would like to do. But they're not giving us that, so I could bump up the destroyer, Jabaka. His destroyers are pretty strong right now. And that's kind of interesting. Their chaos dungeon is pretty straightforward. How do you even give the power pass to the... Yeah, destroyers are very strong right now. Are you able to even power pass these characters? I don't even see like a dialogue for it. Oh, it's here. Okay. So then it just gets you to boldest on the character. Yeah, I might do Destroyer, actually. You're very helpful, thank you. For the, very patient with my stupidity. I could also do EW. EW did I? Could power pass him. EW's broken in tier 4. Destroyer was your second main until Akan, then I dropped him for Pistolier. Hell yeah, you did. Couldn't stand that raid on front attacker. Yeah, front attack is very hard. It's very, very challenging. That's why Hitmaster classes are so fun. Positional classes in general are very challenging, and they can be disheartening for a lot of people. Your support main, Entropy is not for you. They are trying to address that with tier 4, but it seems like you're still going to be forced to do it. But I might try to watch some tier 4 class change stuff and then base it on that. Because currently right now I'm thinking about EW Deadeye, the Destroyer, and Sork, and then maybe the Berserker, like BT or something. You're 2 times Pally, 2 time Pistolier, Burger King Breaker, all ready for tier 4. Dude, that's a fun roster there, man. I gotta get these guys up at some point, the 1620. The Sharpshooter's definitely gonna get the event pass, I think. Loyal Companion's very chill now that you can go swiftness for it. And I played it last night and it was very chill. I played it in a con, I think. Yeah, that's what I did. And the first gate at a con, I had Death Strike abilities on with like Death Strike tripods with Loyal Companion on, and I did literally 0 damage. It was very depressing. But in gate 2 I was able to switch it. Can't see the item level, yeah, because my stupid head's in the way. So he's 1593. So I was thinking of doing the event on him to get him to 1620. And then power passing something else. Do you know how high the power pass gets you? Is it like 1580 or something? Is that what it is? The power pass gives you a 1620? Oh, but no hunting buffs after 1600. Ah, gotcha. So it's kind of gets you to 1600. Okay. It's a tough choice, man. I'm telling you, if they had the wizard, blue bearded wizard would be, I'd be all in on that, man. You get a lot of dark fires. That's good. I recently put the it's like the platinum skin on for the founders pack. I realized I sold the hat for gold, and I don't really remember doing that. I thought that was pretty ridiculous. But I was trying to change my skin up. People were saying you should screw around with your main skin a little bit. I don't know if this is a flex or anything, but I just thought it was funny to distinguish him from the lineup. In desperate times, indeed. Yeah, I vaguely remember selling it for maybe like 25,000 gold or something. He's a white knight. That's the roster stuff. I'm gonna chew on it some more though. So the game is gonna be on maintenance. It's coming down here shortly, which is why I'm sort of winding down here. So the game will go offline, I think, in an hour from now. And it'll be down for 3 hours. Right? Yeah, fuck everybody's static runs today. So I think it'll be down for like 3 hours. And I'll be back online likely around 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna pop off here, get some food, get some exercise in, walk the DOG for 10,000 steps or something. Thanks for coming by, Gnome. It was good to see you, man. You have a good one as well. Thanks for hanging out and watching, everybody.